Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Ooh, I think I might be a little loud. Let me turn down here, figure out how to use this setup here. All right, I think the chat is up and running, so we should be good. Well, good evening. I see we have a couple of folks in there. Say hello in the chat so I know you can see me, hear me, all of that good stuff. And we'll get going here in just a minute because it is 7 o'clock and I promised to start at 7 o'clock. So let's roll. Not seeing the chat here. Let's see here. But yeah, feel free to comment away. Pardon me as I get set up. Trying to figure out how to make this work, so. Oh, I might be a little bit off screen, actually. That might be what's going on. My poor laptop is 100% CPU, so yeah. Well, shoot, I have to figure out how to participate in the chat, so hang on. 'Cause I can't see anything. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to figure out the chat. Yep, this looks like live chat should be set, so. But for some reason, I am not seeing anything. Let me see if I can grab this on my phone as well so I can watch along and I can at least read the comments on my phone. So hang on just a second. We'll get going. I am sorry. All right. So how's everybody's day? Hopefully I can see the chat on my phone here. I am sorry, guys. I am not doing this well. Ah, there we go. I can see the chat on my phone. Something is wrong. Okay, now I can see everybody. Hello, Matthew Camp 915. Hello, Obsolete Geek. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with my chat here, but it's just not letting me see it, so I'll read it off my phone. Hello, Mitchell. Hey, Ted, how's it going? RetroTech, nice to see you. And yes, the Obsolete Geek has joined us here tonight. That is awesome. And also Tony Jones. Good to see you too. And Mitchell, thank you. Good day so far. No complaints. Good to hear that. And Leah84 says, have had to drive around all day to appointments. Yeah. So I had the advantage of sitting in my, on my couch today and working, so that worked out pretty good. So, okay. Thanks for bearing with me here as I tried to figure out the chat. I appreciate it. Hopefully now we can go ahead and open things up. Of course, it wouldn't be a live stream without an LT5000, so there is one over here in the distance. I'm using that to currently test the OBS, so that's working well. But unfortunately, wasn't able to test the live chat, so that's the way that goes as that falls out of the screen there. All right, well, good. All right, guys, let's get right to it. Don't want to waste time. So let me see. Great patch, Chris the man. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. And let's see here. Hello from Romania to George Durin. And Ted Branson said, had the day off here, so all good. Well, aren't you lucky? I didn't necessarily have the day off. I worked quite a bit today, so that's just the way it goes. So, man, I wish I could see the comments over here on the screen. That would just be perfect. Let me try one more thing here. And, I don't know something is wrong. Okay, very good. We'll just go with the phone. So, hello from Jupiter says, Michael's Workshop. That sounds like a fun place to be, so that's good. All right, let's get going. So, what we're going to do is unbox this Packard Bell. It's been sitting here since before Vintage Computer Fest Midwest. Actually arrived when I was at the airport, so I have not opened it. The picture you see in the description is from eBay, so that's what that's all about. So that's kind of fun. So, you know, hopefully I've planned ahead here and gotten everything that we need. So we've got 2 power cables and we've got a video cable, so that's great. So Leah84 says, so excited, a Packard Bell was my first computer back in 1994. Packard Bell was the first computer that I saw that I really wanted. I had a friend in middle school. Yeah, I'm not that old, or am I? I guess I am. But anyway, who had one of these Packard Bell systems, and I so wanted it. It was so cool that they had it, so now we get to see it. So that's pretty cool. I8386SX, hello, nice to see you. Yes, RetroTechie, let's hope it's all in one piece. I have no idea. This could be a total bust, but at least we get to hang out. So I guess we'll see what happens. And yeah, Ted, fingers crossed it survived. Yes, I guess we'll find out. So what should we unbox first? Should it be the monitor or the CPU? Probably by the time that folks see this and get a chance to comment, I will have chosen one, but we do have over on the floor a nice monitor. Let me go ahead and pick that up. Oh! So there you can see the nice side of the FedEx box there in a couple of angles. And we also have a CPU. So RetroTechie is saying the monitor, so that's what we're going to do first because you were the first to say something, so let's go ahead and do that. So here we go. Trust me, when I am undoing the top here, I didn't get the camera pointed all the way up. It can only go so high without actually being like obnoxious. But let me get it started here, and then we'll start to kind of look a little bit. Actually, let me tilt it up a little bit. I can do that. I mean, that's what you came to see was the unboxing. I should show you the unboxing portion. Okay, good. So now we can see the top of the box. See, I'm learning. You know, RetroTech Chris, known for that high-quality production. Anyway, it seems to work out pretty good. Yes, Michael's Workshop says it is a big box. Yes, it is. Oh, actually, you said something else. Very nice. Okay. So let's pop this open here. And the seller did promise that things will be double boxed, and I see that you can see what I see, so that's good. This piece of cardboard, no extra charge for that. That was provided free of charge, so we'll just toss it over there. We have a nice monitor cable here, so that's kind of cool. And oh my goodness, if this isn't a surprise, so I've never met this seller, but let me show you something on the invoice here, which is fascinating given the size of this channel. Here we go, ready? So if I look at the invoice, and again, had no concept of this, but look what it says there. Thank you, Chris. Enjoy your YouTube videos. So there you have it. Very cool. Actually, I think I told the seller that I'm a YouTuber. That must have been what it was. All right. So free of charge, piece of foam here, very cool. All right, let's get to it. So we have an empty box here. I'm not sure how much that did as far as cushioning is concerned, but hopefully we'll be okay. And all right, I got to set this on the floor for just a second to get this smaller box out. So let's do that. All right. Okay. So now we can see the smaller box. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, sponsored. Yeah, maybe we're sponsored. I don't know. I think I did tell the seller that I was a YouTuber. That must have been what it was. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this open here. Hopefully this is what we think it is, and hopefully it survived the trek. So we will see here. We will see. Yeah, it looks like a monitor. Okay, yeah. If only I had an assistant. I have to do everything myself around here. All right, let's see if we can kind of just, kind of shimmy this out and dump it on the table. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to set this down over here, and then I'm just going to drag it. But here we can see we've got that nice little monitor hiding in the box there. So that's kind of fun. So let me go ahead and grab that, and we will put it up on the table. Because as they say, matter cannot, oh, that's an interesting way to pack it. They packed it all together. Matter cannot occupy the same space in more than one space or something. This is really jammed in here. After a long week, I might be in trouble. I'm going to roll it on the carpet. Got to do it the lazy way. Ugh. I'm sorry. I promised an unboxing, and I'm not sharing it. But we'll get it out of the box, and then we'll have a look. Oh, look at that. Instant expansion. There we go. Yeah, don't drop it now. Yeah, I shouldn't drop it. Ted Branson says don't drop it. It's made it all these years. Oh, come on, guys. Why did they do this? Okay, so the packing could have used a little bit of help. We'll see if we can straighten that out. It is what it is. Yes, carpet and electronics that match in heaven. Well, yeah. Fortunately, it's the monitor you know. Anyway. Okay. So we'll get this unboxed here. If the worst casualty is the power cable, I think I'll be okay with that. So now we're going to do a lift and shift. And yeah, like you said, don't drop it. That would make for great live videos. And it's a beast. Hopefully it's a working beast. All right, time to pan the camera down. I know, Michael's Workshop, look at those prongs. Yeah, unboxing fail, sorry. I tried. But anyway, there we have it. There's the monitor in all of its brilliance and beautifulness. And from here, let's go ahead and see if we can straighten out those prongs a little bit without snapping them. I've got a pair of needle nose pliers here. We'll just go very simple and gentle. Yeah. I don't think we'll burn the house down. Isn't that lovely? Looks like that's had some fun times. That's a little bit straighter. I don't think that that's going to cause any harm. I guess we'll see. All right. I would consider that unboxed. Let's see if we can get a little closer look at it here. Pan the camera around a little bit. So there you have it. Let me turn it this way so we can see the speakers. So there we have that. I might just kind of adjust this camera down a little bit. Bear with me. I want you guys to get a nicer look at this. But yeah, the way that the camera angle is set up, it's not really showing the speakers. So we did the best thing we can. Yes, RetroTech says that's an odd plug for a computer CRT. That's actually for the monitor speakers that are attached. But here we have it. All the Packard Bell goodness that we otherwise have. Packard Bell. I'll lift it up so you can see the label there. And we can see where the power goes in the back in the video. So that's kind of fun. All right, let's do this. Let's see here. Yeah, Ted Branson says, looks good, hardly yellowed. Yeah, that was the draw. When I saw this online and saw just how good it looked, I was like, wow, that's just amazing. Cool. All right, well, let's set this aside and we can open up the main box here. I'll try to do better this time, RetroTech. Yeah, I'm sorry about the fail there. What can I say? I'm a novice. We're trying. Okay, so I guess we all know what's in here. This is going to be the CPU. So let me raise my camera up here again. We're all manual here, but it seems to work. When I posted this on Twitter, everybody said, is that a printer in there? And while that does look like a nice printer, I thought to myself, I hope not. Thank you, RetroTech. I appreciate the feedback there. We're doing what we can. It's been a long week. So anyway, let's go ahead and open this up here and have a look. Not that thick of a box, so that's a little bit, a little bit concerning, but I'm sure it'll be just fine. You know what we should probably do tonight? We should probably open it before we power it on, right? So, yeah, i8386 a printer? Nope. Well, I hope not. If it's a printer, then we've all been duped here because, like I said, I have not opened this. So we've all been duped if it's a printer. Let's hope it's not a printer. All right. Oh, come on. Go away, Flap. I want you. Here, let's do this. Don't knock the tripod over. All right, good. All right. So let's have a look here. More of the same. I don't know. It doesn't matter if you're 2 or 42. It's always fun to pop these. I guess I won't do that. I don't want the noise to reverberate there. All right. Anybody want to guess what's in here? I think it's pretty obvious. Let's open her up here. Got an old bag here, so that's kind of fun. All right. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let me unravel this. Look at this. This looks great. Look at it. It looks brand new. It really does. I don't even need to clean it. I will. But doesn't that look nice? Wow. Okay. So we can turn around here and see the sticker on the back. Now, I'm going to flip this back over. I want to see something. I'm not sure if this is period correct. It might be. We'll have to go back and look and see what originally shipped with this. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's very nice. Cool. All right, let's move that aside. The mouse looks a little bit more wear and tearish, but it's not bad. Looks nice. A little bit dirty cord, nothing that a magic eraser won't pick up and take care of quickly. Looks like all the connectors there are, oh, come on, focus camera. We're not going to get it. But hopefully all the connectors are intact. However, if not, when I was at Vintage Computer Fest Midwest last weekend, I saw on the table this beautiful Packard Bell mouse, and they're terrible, terrible mice, but it's kind of nice to have everything all together, so I picked that up, and now we have that too. And I do have another one somewhere else as well. So 3 Packard Bells, 3 Packard Bell mice. Yeah, I agree, Ted. This does look like quite a find. All right, let's keep moving. So, moving along here. Oh, let's see here. Let me make sure I've got the camera angled nicely. The unveiling of, what do they call these? The pizza box or the pizza base or something like that. Look at that. Motherboard is down here from what I understand. And then you've got the rest of the tower. So I'm going to try again to get this out here. Let's turn it up on its side. RetroTech Chris is a wimp, and he's knocking the camera over and everything. So that's fun. I'll have to fix that in a minute. All right, there we go. So lots of nice green bubble wrap. They say geniuses choose green. For the sake of time, I'm going to just cut this, and we can always, wow. This looks really nice. Just kind of looking at the top here, that looks really, really, really nice. So RetroTech says, did you see what Mac 84 bought? Oh yeah, I was there with him. He bought all kinds of great stuff. And let's see here. Scientist Abe says it has no Windows 95 key. It may be period correct. Oh, you're right. Yeah, let's have another look at that. I appreciate you noticing that. You're absolutely right. There is no Win95 key on there. So, yeah, I guess we're period. Or do you say it's not period correct? Let's see here. Let's see. Maybe period correct. Yeah, maybe. I guess we'll see. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull this out of the box. Okay, how do I do this again? Yeah, tell you what, we're going to slide this over here a little bit. And here we go. Oh, out of the box. Let me just knock the box on the floor. Ah, there it is. Speaking of Vintage Computer Fest Midwest, after buying this Packard Bell and going there were probably 6 or 7 Packard Bells that were just kind of sitting around. One with a monitor and CPU for $45. I did not pay $45 for this. I would have loved to. Anyway, that's the way it goes. So there we have it. There is the tower. Very nice. So we've got, I think this is a stock CD-ROM drive. That seems to be what they are. Here, let's get a nice close-up of that sticker. Look at that. All 3 of my Packard Bells have the original sticker. How about that? Isn't that fun? Oh, it's so exciting. Okay. So let's look at the back, and let's look at the bottom. Here, we need to zoom in a little bit. Sorry for shaky cam. Yeah. So looking at the bottom, that's where all the ports are. Motherboard's on the bottom. So serial, parallel, PS2, 2 USB, and a VGA. Very cool. Power here. So I have no idea how to take this apart, so I'm sure it can't be too hard, but I'll try my best not to goof it up. But let's take it apart and have a peek inside. So Owen says, it's not a tower, it's one of those. It's the one I think is the motherboard is flat on the floor. Yes, that is correct, and that's kind of the reason why I went after this one, because of that, and that's kind of cool. So yeah, let's open it up, shall we? So I see that immediately these things kind of sort of want to pop off, but we're going to just kind of leave them for now. And yeah, see, not a tower. Packard Health form factor. Oh, you think this is the Packard Health form factor? Have you seen my multimedia? No, what's it? My Legend Supreme 1125 with 0 expansion. Now that's really something. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, isn't it, Mitchell? I agree. So I guess these pop off, but let's not do that. Let's try to undo the screws and just kind of see what we see, eh? I'm guessing we can just undo here. I'm guessing it's, I don't know. We'll see how this works out, guys. I don't know. I'll try not to break it. As I block the camera here. Hang on. There we go. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Come on. Okay. And let's go ahead and pull this one out here. Cool. So, in theory, oh, sorry, I don't think I had that zoomed in. So we've taken this out, we've taken this out, and we've taken this out. Let's see if the case just slides off. And it does. Look at that. Now, it's not every day. Not every day. Ooh, does it have a smell? Ooh, that's not a good smell. I hope that the caps are good. But here you can see the kind of unique shape of the case that we have here. So that's kind of cool as well. So, so Scientist Abe says, that's why I avoided OEM computers like I avoided Rona 6 feet apart and social distancing out of these. And is it an AMD or Intel CPU? Let's find out. Hey, Hank, good to see you. I want to take my floppy drive image for a spin on these, or is it not that old? I might have it. I've got, well, you know what? I would go and find that on the on my ThinkPad, but it's at 100% CPU right now, so I'm very fearful to launch anything else. So maybe not. But that's something we can try in a follow-up video. I've been meaning to do that, Hank. I just haven't gotten to it. Okay. So here we are, and we've got the inside. Got our nice AT power supply here, and look at that. We've got tons of expansion. We're all set to go here. That's pretty cool. And then from there, we've got a nice, I guess, oh, sorry. It looks like a sound card / modem. Let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry. Camera angle. Okay, so we've got our modem there and sound card, then we've got some PCI slots. I'm doing a terrible job, guys. So we've got some PCI slots, and then we've also got an ISA slot at the bottom. We'll dig into it. But basically, we've got 3 PCI slots. Looks like one of them is shared. And then we've got an ISA slot in the bottom and an ISA slot in the top. So that's kind of what that looks like. Cool. All right, let's see, check on the chat here. So let's see here. Owen says, techs used to come out to these for problems, work on them, show the customer it was working, and then slide the motherboard tray back in the case and drive And Michael says, what will your parents say about bringing home another computer? Right. Well, yeah, that's true. Well, fortunately, in my case, I don't have to worry about that. Matt Camp says, I think the Nostalgia Mall did a video on that Packard Bell either recently or a few years. That could be, yeah. And Owen says, the problem is that when they slid it back, sometimes it would slice the drive cables off the steel. That's lovely. I guess we'll definitely have to watch for that. So, all right. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that sounds like great fun there, Owen. Oof. All right, cool. So, yeah. So there we can see the insides there. Yeah, so the whole motherboard slides out then, huh? We might attempt that. We'll see. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I'm guessing maybe these. I didn't do my homework, guys. I didn't do my homework. But maybe these pop off, and then from there the motherboard pops out. I don't want to break anything. So since I don't know what I'm doing with that, we probably won't pull the motherboard out. But you know what we can go ahead and do is... let's set it up and power it on. Let's have a tour of what's inside first, though, a little bit more. So there in the bottom, we can see that we have some, oh my. There are some SIMs in the back there. Let me see if I can let's turn it this way. They're kind of hiding back behind these cables, but I see 4 72-pin memory chips. I'm pointing at one. So there's 4 of those. And then it looks like we've got our hard drive here. So that's kind of fun. And yeah, we've got our power supply. And we want to know what that processor is. I'm seeing a whole lot of Intel on the motherboard, so I'm going to guess it's an Intel chip. So anyway, all right, let's power it on, shall we? So Owen asked, does it have a micro M-Wave card? Let's pull it out and have a look. I'll try to do this as much as I can on camera. That's why you're here. Probably has a, ooh, careful with those caps. Let's pull that out. Set that aside for just a second. Let's have a look. So yeah, here's the card that's in there. It looks like kind of like a modem combo sound card, something like that. So that's kind of fun. Lots of capacitors. What could possibly go wrong? Flip it over to that side there. Let's see if the label reads. Yeah, not really. But it is some sort. It's an ANS C711 1850. That might be the serial number actually. So we'll see if we can figure out what this is in Device Manager. Otherwise, got the little FCC ID over there. Fortunately, this camera's not focusing. I gotta have to figure out why that is. All right, let's power it on, shall we? So whoever sold this to Chris was a conner. A conner. Uh-oh. I don't know what that means. Let's hope I didn't get conned. So that'll be fun. All right, very good. Oh, the hard drive looks. It does look awfully connerish. Yeah, we can pull that out as well. Why not, right? Let's have a look. It probably should pop out here pretty easily. Maybe not. But yeah, it does look very, very connerish. When we power it on, we can see what it is. So anyway, let's do that, shall we? And for power on, we can go ahead and hook in a video source. So I'm going to disconnect the LTE 5000 and we'll hook in a video source. And of course, I've knocked all my cables off the bench. That's why I put a rubber band around them. So that's what that's all about. Let's lift the camera up a little bit so we can see what's going on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to undo this rubber band. We'll hook a monitor cable in, which is hooked into a video splitter box. And then from there, we can do the first power on and it's new home. So let's see here. Yep, that's hooked in there. This goes to the monitor. Yes, I'll get it right yet. We can hook in power here. And of course, we're going to need that monitor. So let me grab that and put it on the table. We'll see what we can do camera-wise. I think I'll go ahead and bump this up so we can have kind of a bird's eye view. If anything, it might be from the back a little bit, but we'll do what we can. All right, great. We'll power it on and we'll call it good. And then we can see what else we want to talk about. Cool. I'll leave the sound card out for now. Let's put it back in. Maybe I can find, oh, I lied. There's actually 3 ISA slots in here, so that's kind of fun. All right, cool. So now you can kind of change this a little bit. We can see that on camera too. Okay, let's put the monitor up. Where did I put that monitor? Over here. Oh. The desk is quickly getting very full. But fear not, we're going to hook in the video source, like I said. So I'm not going to hook in the sound right now because I need a bigger desk. So there's that as well. But let's go ahead and get this hooked in here. And we'll get the monitor hooked in. And I'll sit down. Close the LTE so I don't knock it off the table. That would be tragic. All right. Okay, so we're hooked in there. You know what I should do at this point, guys? I should bring the camera around to the other side. So let me do that. Bear with me as I lift it and bring it to the other side. And it's going to get to share space with me. As I just pinched myself on the tripod. Ouch. Okay. You get to see my lighting setup. All right, let me just get this a little bit adjusted, and then you can see this from the front. That's probably what I should have done in the first place, but I'm learning, guys. I'm learning just a little bit. All right, so now we can see this from this side, and I got to figure out why this monitor didn't power on. Oh, wasn't plugged in all the way. That would explain it. So I think we're missing a couple of peripherals here, aren't we? I think we need a keyboard, and I think we need a mouse. So let's get that hooked in. Straighten this out. And we'll get the keyboard hooked in. And we'll give it a power on and explore a little bit. And again, we're a little wanting for space, but that's okay. Yeah, this ain't going to slide. It's got to actually move. Got to lift and shift on that one. Too heavy. So anyway, here we go. Hook this puppy in. Hit that power button. It's got an interesting smell to it. All right, let's power it on, shall we? No smoke yet. Woof. Bit of a noisy fan, but that's okay. But I think it's alive. So that's good, alive and well, hopefully. All right, let me catch up on the chat here since I've been goofing off here for a little while. All right. Yep, so Owen said a company got called, Micro, to cut the end of the card off, then they attached it to the daughter card and ran the whole thing through DOS drivers. Yikes. Yeah, so sold the card for half. Right on. Yeah, so many horror stories with Packard Bells. The early 46 and very early Pentiums weren't too bad. They were slow but solid machines. Yeah, so I remember once setting up a lab, and when I set up that lab, there were 20 machines in the lab, and 3 of them were instantly dead. So that was really something. Yeah, you definitely have to watch for that. So Owen said they sold their soul for Dixon Store Group. Uh-oh. And where's this machine ever been for the last 25 years? Tell me about it. I mean, just look at it. It looks great. Yeah, that's a very good question. It definitely looks amazing. I have no idea, but it's definitely had a really easy life. So, IBM Museum, nice to see you. I think I have a spare set of those speakers around here somewhere. Yeah, me too. Oh, you think somebody had to pull this out of a landfill? It's possible. It looks really, really good. Yep, good old Windows 95 is what we've got booting here, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, we'll see how slow it is. That's a really good question. And IBM Museum says there's a lot of around here somewhere. Yeah, I know the feeling. I have had to kind of downsize things a little bit just because there was just a little bit too much stuff around. So definitely did that because that's what happened. So, but yes, yes, Scientist Ape, 3 dead out of 20. And it seemed to me, it was always my experience that I had a propensity to see that the Pentium systems actually had less luck than the 46 systems. So that's definitely something. Yes, apparently this is Michelle's computer. So let's explore. Actually, I'm going to rearrange a little bit and come a little closer to the camera so you can, see me. And from there, we'll start to play a little bit. We'll be careful what we open. But let's do what everybody wants to do first. And that is, let's go look at the specs. RetroTech Chris needs to take better care of himself because if I'm all sweaty from just moving that PC around like that, I need to take better care of myself. Look at me. This is embarrassing, guys. Anyway, so Monday I start my workout routine, perhaps. Okay, so let's see here. Nice little screen there. And of course, you can see up in the corner here, or the corner here, there it is, where we have the nice, the nice video feed. So you can definitely see that as well. Cool. I'll grab my phone here since the chat's not working. So Owen says there are 7 people working for DSG in Nottingham doing support for Apple, IBM, Acer, and something called Apricot. Yeah, I've heard of Apricot. They took on the PB contract. They went to a purpose-built building with 400 plus. So you're telling me that these machines provided a lot of job security for people just because they're so terrible? Yeah, pretty much. That's how bad they were. Yeah. Yeah, here's my philosophy. If it's made it this far, it's a survivor. So yeah, that's what we've got going on here. So it looks like Michelle was a fan of F-22s, and this is Michelle's computer. Interesting how it's down here on the taskbar. I'm loving the theme here. It looks very Windows 3-ish. Look at that start bar. Has anybody ever seen a theme like that? It's kind of this green. Somebody's done some customization here. We're going to have to see if we can find a way to kind of undo it. So that would be kind of fun. Yes. Oh, and if you're that overheated, you need some water. I recommend some holy water from the computer. Well, I don't have holy water, but I do have some spring water. So maybe I'll take a drink. But yeah, I need to get in shape. This is embarrassing. Okay. So let's explore a little bit. There's a couple of things I certainly wanted to look at, and then we can look at anything that anybody else wants to see. Yeah, all right. So let's go look at Michelle's computer. Hang on. I need a little bit more real estate for the moose as I step on the bubbles. There we go. That should be plenty. Right. So let's go exploring. Let's go see what we see here. Manufactured and supported by Packard Bell. Probably they're proud to announce it. Probably not with this theme installed though. So there's that. Support information. Yeah, I bet that was a button that people often clicked. For hardware support, 800-244-0049. I'm sure that's a number that's long dead at this point, but that's just kind of how it works. So yeah, that's probably long dead. Okay, so don't call the number, please. Okay, so 16 megs of memory and Pentium. So to answer the name or the answer to the question of what sort of CPU is this, it is a Pentium. Call the number. I guess we could. Oh, did I say gigabytes? I'm sorry. Megabytes, megabytes. I'm just a little bit, it's been a long week. I apologize. Megabytes, megabytes. Call the number live. I mean, I guess we could. If I do that, I'm going to lose the chat, though, because unfortunately, chat's not working on the computer, so we're having to use the phone for that, which probably works out better because the whole monitor back here is blocked anyway. So anyway, works out good. Okay, yeah, so 16 megabytes. I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing. I apologize, guys. It's been a long week. 16 megabytes. Okay, so yeah, so Microsoft Windows 95. Looks like this belonged to some individual with that OEM there. Let's go to Device Manager and have a look here. So we've got our CD-ROM, which is a gold star. So yeah, real high quality. We've got a generic disk here. We'll go look at the stats on that. Maybe I'll throw a booted bare metal floppy in here just to kind of see. S3 video. Ooh, that's fancy. Not really. All good. Floppy drives. Yep. Hard drives. So that's just all your standard stuff. Your Intel 82371SB chipset. Keyboard. Right. Modem. Okay, now it gets interesting. So it's a Sound 3 33.6. So I know some of you guys really wanted to get on this internet tonight at 56K. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. If we were to get on, we'd be capped at 336. So very good. Thank you, and I appreciate the feedback. I'm glad you love the channel. Yeah, I have so much fun with this. I love doing this, and I love being able to chat with folks. That's really the best part. Technology is a lot of fun, but what I love about the channel is being able to meet people and talk to people and share things. It's just so much fun. So, Tim, good to see you, friend. So he said, my only Packard Bell was a PB VX88 NEC V40 base Turbo XT, purchased at the Fairfax Price Club. Probably not too far from where I am. A lot of abuse and got you through college. Not sure how this one would have survived. Yeah, I guess it's worth taking a minute and being happy that we made it through the shipping. So we were all set. It looks like things are working. I do hear a noisy fan or a ball bearing going in a hard drive. Maybe we'll explore that at some point. But yeah, this is very good. So Hank has as a Trio 64 to take for a spin. That's cool. And used to have an S3 Verge card, which eventually hooked into a Voodoo card. Yeah, you know, I never really got into the retro gaming despite all the t-shirts I wear on the channel. Yeah, that would be pretty cool to be able to do that. That would be a lot of fun. So Scientist Abe says the name is some pop culture reference that even boomers would have flying over their heads. Yeah, I could imagine that. And RetroTech, he says, I wanted to, but my mom kept picking up the phone and knocking me offline. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember those days. I remember how happy I was when I got broadband. That was just so much fun. Unknown monitor. We all know what this monitor is, right? It's a Packard Bell monitor. And mouse, naturally PS2. Network adapters. Oh, we've got an AOL adapter. Ah, who doesn't have fond memories of AOL? So Ted's asking, what CPU is in it? It happens to have a Pentium 133 processor. Let's get a nice close-up of the sticker there. Okay, I wish my camera would zoom. I'm sorry, guys. We're pretty low budget here, so anyway, otherwise we'd have a little bit of better there, but I'll point it that way so the monitor's not flickering at you. And the tripod's almost level, so that's good. All right, yeah, worse. Okay, cool, so there's that. All right, yeah, so got an AOL adapter, so yeah, yes, Ted, yeah, it's written on the brag sticker. That is correct. Yeah, so that was a thing, I guess, back in the day, is you would have these stickers, and all three of my Packard Bells have them, so that's kind of fun. Let's see here. Yes, Owen, you were right. We are lucky that the shipping came through because a lot of systems at the time did have very fragile parts, so we're very lucky here for sure. Okay, so we've got a Sound 3. So we noticed with the modem, it was a Sound 3. So it's also got a Sound 3 audio device. So naturally, since it's the same card, I'm trying to think what that is or if I'm familiar with that. But yeah, some sort of Aztec maybe? I don't know. I would Google it, but we'd lose the stream. as is, it's barely keeping up on this little laptop of mine. So anyway, okay. So for those interested in the chipset, it does look to be an 82437VX. So we've got that, and then you've got all of your associated supported chipsets, all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, that's kind of fun. Yeah. Applications, obviously, with 16 megabytes on here, it's a little bit anemic, but I think that there is the nice theme here that we've got. Apparently, we've got the supermodels dialer. I guess we're not going to dial that. I don't know what that's it, but lots of little games on here. Oh my, there's other things on there we don't want to see. Looks like this PC might not have been used for good, or at least not things that I would use it for. So we will just assume that that will not make it past. Yeah, that won't make it past when I go to post this video. So note to self, cut out at about the 740 mark here, and that's what you get when you get a PC. So, but what I will be looking for, and probably when I do a proper video on this is kind of more of an unboxing, is we'll go ahead and actually load the original software on it. So yeah. Yeah, Sony CD Extra Corn was, what was that? Oh, what was it? I don't know, but I'm not going to launch it because, oh, that could be a band. Maybe it is a band. I'm afraid to launch it again, but I think we could launch the Navigator. Hopefully that's safe. But yeah, anytime you get a PC, you always have to wonder what's on there, and you have to be careful. But yeah, that might have been the band. Oh, I missed your comment there, Scientist Dave. AOL is your first ISP since all the CD-ROM is included with my 1440K US Robotics. Yes. Love my robotics modems. In August of 1997, you bought it. Weren't able to create an account. AOL was the only one available to create. Yeah, I could see that. So yeah, supermodels dialer. Is that a thing? Those old dialer viruses that would automatically change your start page and install new dialer services. Yeah, so I had contemplating connecting this to the network tonight. We will not be doing that. Not until I wipe it clean. And then from there, we'll get it on kind of the special network. So it, we're on the retro network, if you will. So. Yeah, so we've got Packard Bell Navigator. You can go directly in. You can go directly to Windows, customized for multiple users. It is kind of nice that it has this on here. I'm hoping that I can kind of restore this to factory. So what's kind of nice about the Navigator is we're looking like we're a little more space age or fancy, because this kind of looks like one of those modern 90s houses. So I guess they'd gotten to that point. So that's kind of cool. Pretty neat indeed. Yeah. So Owen says this is about the age where they had the micro M-Wave carbs. If you have the recovery CD with it, beware that it will put all the M-Wave garbage on there. Okay, that's good to know. I'll certainly watch for that. Frog Find from Action Retro. Yes, yes. Frog Find, ProtoWeb, the old net. 3 absolutely great sources, because that's kind of the missing piece, right? You can get all the retro stuff, but how do you get it connected? So it's great that folks have come up with those services. I definitely need to spend some time on Frog Find. Yep, there you go. All right, ID386 Lesson 1. Check out all programs before recording video to the world. Yeah, I guess that's part of the thing about an unboxing, but, yeah, at least we were able to do that. So, all right, so wanted to do one other thing. I don't know if we've identified the hard drive size yet. Let's go do that. How do I get out of here? I guess we press the light switch. So do you want to exit Navigator and shut down your computer? No, not really, but we'll see what happens. If it shuts it down, oop. Now it's looking for missing shortcuts. But let's go see. Is that where all of our viruses come in? So Navigator 3.9, so you know the program there. That's pretty cool. It is now safe to shut off your computer. Let's boot up a boot it floppy. Then we can just like really look at the hard drive and see what everything is all about, since I, so carelessly pushed the reset button here. Let's go. We should go into the BIOS as well. We'll do that after we run boot it, since we have to reboot anyway. But it'd be kind of fun to go look at the BIOS settings. That's the kind of things I like to look at. I don't load the machine up with games. I look at BIOS settings. Yay. Okay, hard drive is an ST31720. Oh, we all thought it was a Connor. It's a Seagate. So it's got a Seagate hard drive in it. And I guess it's a survivor if it's made it this far. Oh, no. Guess what didn't work? It didn't boot off a disk. Well, let's go see if there's a BIOS setting for that. There must be something going on there. So, okay, so the M-Wave card is all through DOS drivers. The customer install a game, it would alter one of those several INI files. The card would stop working. Well, that's lovely. And then you had to manually take the customer over the phone, editing each of the INI files line by line. That sounds like a blast. And then eventually the Windows 95 drivers corrected that. That's good. So an ST31720A, if somebody wants to Google that, we can get a little bit of specs on it, but we'll also run booted here in a second. Floppy drive is installed in read-write mode, so that's good. I'm guessing there's a boot option that doesn't let us boot direct. So we've got PCI interface, floppy interface, serial, IR. I guess there'd be support for that as well. That's cool. We've got COM2 down there, LPT1, all that good stuff. All right, cool, advanced chipset. So base memory, oh, that's cool. You can change, oh yeah, wow. That's kind of surprising that a machine as far as a Pentium, it allows you to adjust the base memory to 512K. I know my 386 SX16 that I love so much allows for that, but it looks like this does as well, so that's kind of fun. Very cool. So Matthew says, I have a laptop that runs Windows 2K and thinks it's a P3 even though it has an APM CPU in it. How can I change it to where it says APM and not P3 and DXDiag? Not sure if it does it in Device Manager. Good question. It might be that you're missing some chipset drivers. And if you get the right chipset drivers installed, that will help fix it. The key thing there would be to go and see if we can find what chipset drivers are there. But yeah, send me an email. I'll see if I can help you out there. That one might be a little bit easier to diagnose at some point. But yeah, definitely that would be a good thing to see if we can get figured out. All right, so we've got, yep, there's your Pentium 133 that you can see on the screen there. So that's kind of fun. And security. Okay, we can do passwords. I guess even setting the passwords, though, doesn't keep you away from the sites. So all signs point to the fact that this should boot from a floppy. So I'm going to see, let's keep an eye and see if that floppy drive even reads when we go to boot. I'm guessing not. So we'll give that a shot there. Let's just do one more reboot here, and if not, then we won't run boot it tonight. Yeah, I didn't hear a seek at all. Well, let's see if we can correct that. Maybe it's something as simple as, you know, I pulled the cable, or as Owen says, maybe maybe it got sliced, and maybe that's what happened. So, oh, there it goes. I see it. Oh, now we're loading. Okay. Maybe I just didn't have the disk seated right. That's kind of embarrassing, but good to see that there's nothing we need to further troubleshoot there. It looks like we're booting in here. So we'll boot into boot it and have a look. So Owen says, yeah, keep the navigator as part of the charm. I agree. I would love to keep navigator on there. So we'll see if we can do that. And let's see here. Also be aware that Packard recovery CDs can be very machine specific. You should be able to hack it to work with by replacing drivers. Yeah, that's true. I think Matt, the Retro Geek, I don't know if you're on the chat. If so, I don't see you. But you have found for me some drivers that I can use, or a recovery CD that I can use. But I'll be sure to image it first. Maybe I'll be able to delete some things before I image it. But anyway, that's really good advice. And Steve says, too bad Billy Core isn't here. He's the real expert in Packard bells. Yeah, he knows a thing or two, doesn't he? Yep. All right, let's just pop out of here. And this is Boot at Bare Metal, my favorite boot program. I know there's Partition Magic. I know there's other things. I love Boot at Bare Metal. And if we go into partition work, and sorry, the screen's a little bit small, so we'll definitely have a look here. But it says that the drive is 1.59 gigabytes. So we get all of 1.59 gigabytes. I want to make sure I get that right this time. That is gigabytes. And yeah, so it's a FAT16 partition. So yeah, I think that's right, because I want to say it looked like this is running Windows 95A. And FAT32 didn't get introduced until Windows 95B. So that would definitely make sense as well. So wait, so Scientist Dave says, wait, did the CMOS, what did I, wait, did I see the CMOS was with the right date and time? Sweet, and it seems it was the previous owner was on Mountain Time. Oh, that could be. Yeah, it's showing 5:59 right now, 6 o'clock p.m. Pretty close. We'll have a look at that. We'll go see what the date looks like. That's a good question. So there you have it, 1.6 gigabytes or 1.59 gigabytes. Cool. And actually, in the Retro Computer and Packard Bell Planet, I probably butchered that name. Apparently, there's a utility you can run. I think Brandon in the group has created a utility that'll pull some information off the actual hard drive, like Sector 0 or something about the Packard Bell, and I guess they use that as part of the restore process. So I'll be doing that as well before I do any imaging. So, all right. So Steve says he sold Packard Bell Platinum. Oh, Platinum. Never heard of that one. Is that a UK thing or is that a US thing? I hadn't heard of that one. And used to swear by 98 Lite. Yeah, I haven't really toyed too much with that. I've done a lot with 95B, but I haven't done much with that. So it is what it is. One thing I wanted to look at on this, because I think it's I'll call it a little bit more advanced, and I hope the flicker doesn't get too bad. Yeah, that's not too terrible. We'll just go ahead and look at this here. Sorry, my webcam's got kind of a fisheye thing going on here, so let me see if I can adjust it down just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, Chris can use a camera, right? So I thought it's cool that we've got kind of our digital here. So as opposed to being an analog, this is actually a digital monitor, and it has that nice signature Packard Bell speaker ears. To be honest with you guys, the real reason I wanted the PC was because of the monitor. I do have another monitor. It spent a lot of its time in a place where I think that the person who had it did a lot of smoking, so it still kind of has that about it. So I didn't. That doesn't really work for me, but so that one will probably be available at some point. But anyway, okay. So we can do select here. We've got our different geometries. This is a good opportunity for us to get this nice and set up in this video mode. So we can do some stretching there. You can see the screen stretch up and down. So that's kind of fun. I always love these digital setups here. Obviously, we need to do something with the curling. I don't know how well that's showing on camera. Okay, good. We can zoom in and it doesn't get too flickery. Let me raise this a little bit so you can kind of see it a little more straight on. And then we'll just kind of roll back here like this. This is what we call real-time moving the camcorder. All right, or webcam. All right, so let's also kind of move over here and fix some of that trapezoid. There we go. We kind of put them on a diet there, and then I guess we could do this as well. So yeah, now it's looking a little sharp. Not a bad looking screen. You know, we're in fairly high resolution here, and it doesn't look too terrible. So that's good. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop out of this. So Owen says he always wanted to know what the speakers were like quality-wise. Let me see if we can plug them in and play. Definitely not as nice as my Presario 2100, which has built-in speakers and a subwoofer. But yeah, let me see if I can get that plugged in and see what we can do. Mitchell says he has to go cook dinner. Thanks for the little stream and see you next time. Absolutely. Thanks for joining. Glad you're able to join tonight. And I skipped a few here. So Steve says the US Pizza Box. It's a pizza box tower with a P1166. Okay. Very cool. And let's see here. So Matthew says, I'm thinking about trying to run drivers for Windows XP on it and the HP Compact NC 6030, or perhaps I forgot to install the chipset drivers. Okay, yeah, that could be. Yeah, we'll work through it. I've had to deal with things like that, and I'm sure I can help you out. We'll get it squared away. That's one nice thing about having a small YouTube channel is I can help a little bit. There may come a day where I can't, but I really enjoy that. As you guys probably know, with all the tutorials and everything, that's a part of the channel I really enjoy. So, okay, let me see if I can wander around to the back here. So if you see me disappear into the abyss, that's what happened. Looks like we're missing audio connections here. So I think I got to go from speaker to speaker, and then I'll plug this nice transformer in and hope that the repair was successful. So let me kind of wander around here. Steve says, junky speakers, yes. Agreed. And Leah says, what happened to Packard Bell? Did they get bought out or go out of business? Get bought by Acer, I think. I think the brand lives on in Europe. But yeah, I think they got bought by Acer at one point, and maybe the brand did a reemergence. Oh, usually I can go back behind the desk and reach and grab things. Who is that man behind the desk there? But I moved the desk out so I could put the camcorder behind. So this could be a bit of an exercise. There I go, stepping on bubbles again, in futility. But let me see what I can do here. Yeah, let me see what I can do as I accidentally unplugged the monitor. Hopefully we're still streaming here. Yep, there we go. The monitor's back. Okay, very good. So let me see what I can do here. Pardon me, I'm just going to unplug my printer here, and we'll see if we can get some sound out of there, and we'll see if my mic can pick it up. Oh, yeah, they've wrapped everything around the base. This is where having a little better setup would help quite a bit. Oh, okay, thank you, Steve, for the correction there. Yeah, so Packard Bell was bought by NEC, then NEC got bought out by Acer. Yep, there you go. So, yep, I'm gonna drag this back over here. My monitor shut off, but it's back again. Okay, so let me see if I can unwind here, and we'll come in But yeah, they're not, the quality's not great. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit of shuffling. Kind of pull this back here a little bit. Do a little bit of shuffling because, yeah, I need to, I've got too many things on this tiny desk. One of these days, we'll get a bigger desk. Maybe. All right. Cool. Lots of fun. So I'm going to power this off. I'm going to bring this forward just a little bit, as far as it'll let us without getting angry as I step on the bubbles again. And yeah, I'm hesitant to turn the monitor upside down. That's probably not a good idea, but we'll see what we can do there. All right. And Acer was bought out by Duncan Hines. Is that really the case? Wow. I wouldn't be surprised. The other day, there was a Twitter account saying, coming soon, Compaq, reboot. And it ended up being false. But we were all making jokes about how we're going to have Compaq toasters, Compaq refrigerators, because a lot of times these brands get repurposed, and then you end up with something that isn't what you expect. Oh, they wrapped those cables around the base. All right, okay. 2 seconds as I take the monitor off the table and undo this wrapping here. Yeah, they're wrapped, as they would say, right around the axle. So we need to correct that. So let's see here. I'm just going to take this off the table for a second and go work on the carpet. Oh boy. It would help to unhook the power first. Order of operations, guys. Got to get the order of operations right. Yeah, I'm not a fan of having this wrapped around the base like this. All right, here we go. I hear something rattling around in there. Oh, we still got the cable. Oh, I unhooked you. Let's set it up top for a second. Well, I might have exceeded my limits in my capacity, but I guess if it, oh, yuck. Oh, you know what they did? It's all wrapped around in there. So we're going to see if this even comes out, but I'll try. We'll give it a quick college try here. Oh, man. Okay, I thought for a second that it was inside of the mechanism. I think it's inside, yeah, okay. Whew. Looks like it came free. So we'll hook that in, and then we'll probably, we'll take it to that point and see what that's all about. So, and you guys are probably tired of watching me futz around with this so much. Okay, there we go. So the cables are now free, and what we need to do is, I've got this cable on this side, which needs to come around, and hook into the speaker on this side, and I guess, maybe not. Okay, that just goes into the computer. All right, right. So this cord on this side hooks into the cord on the other side. So we'll try that, we'll hook it in, and we'll call it tested, call it unboxed. All right, so we've got pretty much everything hooked in, just need to hook in the power, and we can power it back on, and we can have a look. So here we go. Sorry, that took me a little longer than I would have liked, but we're about there. Okay, so now I'm gonna move this back. I need a bigger desk. And then we can move this down, and we should be all untangled and hooked in. Okay, powering it back on. Here we go. Oh, we need to hook in the display and the power again. So let's quit shooting that at the sky, and we'll put it that way. All right, 2 seconds while we hook in the power and the display cables. So you can see the display up there on the screen, hopefully. Hopefully, or not. And we need to hook in the sound as well. So let's do that. That's microphone, that's sound. So I think we've got that where it needs to be. Ah, that came unplugged. That's why we couldn't see that. And finally, okay, yeah, we need monitor power. Well, I mean, don't need monitor power, but we might as well go with the complete setup. There we go, all right. Sorry guys, that took me a lot longer than I would have hoped. Okay, so let me take that floppy out of the drive there. Let's hit the 3-finger salute. Let's catch up on the comments. So yeah, sold in the UK till fairly recently, says Owen. Yeah. So yeah, we talk. Okay, yeah, we've been through that. If you have the OG disk, you can pull the format number using the utility up on the Packard Plan of Facebook. Yes, that's what I was thinking about. So I think Brian or somebody put that together, so we'll definitely do that. So Tom says the gateway is apparently sort of back after being bought by Acer, but I think only sold in Walmart. I think the name and logo are pretty much licensed. Yeah, that's kind of the nostalgia factor. You hope that a company comes back and you get something back later, but what you get back is, Gateway 2000 refrigerators. Let me adjust this a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely what happens. So anyway, so while we're waiting for this to boot, is anybody working on any fun retro projects? I've got a couple going. Septandy video is going to go out tomorrow. It's been kind of hanging out there waiting to go out. And also, there's a panel discussion that I participated in after coming back from VCF Midwest. That'll be up tomorrow as well. So we'll have 2 things going up tomorrow. That'll be fun. And of course, we've got this going up tonight. So, yeah. So I didn't hear any sound just now, did you? Let's see here. We might have to make some adjustments. Let's see if we can find like Canyon MIDI carefully. Yeah, let's see here. But yeah, I certainly didn't hear any sound just now, so that's kind of curious. I might have plugged it into the wrong place. But if we can't figure that out after all that, then we'll just, yeah, there's stuff on here we don't want to see. Never mind. Let me just kind of fiddle with the volume knob a little bit. And let's see. Maybe we can go to control panel. That's a safe place. So let's see here. Good. Some projects. So Michael's Workshop. I'm throwing every Commodore 64 I can find into the garbage. Oh no. Yeah, I was never really a Commodore 64 person. I know that a lot of folks are, and that's great. But yeah, that was never really my jam. Hank says, currently doing modern projects. One of my modern projects is building my own thin client with a Raspberry Pi. Nice. Oh, that's fun. I hope that we can see that somehow. I definitely want to see it. Did I check out the MS-DOS RDP client? Not yet. It's on the list. I think I put that one, I bumped up the priority since you asked for it. Current backlog of videos is about 100. But yeah, I bumped that one way up, so we'll see if we can get that going. Oh man, I might have plugged this into the wrong place. So Owen, let's see here. I'm hoping to upgrade the storage on my HP Thin Client DOS box. Nice. And Tom says, cleaning my computer room, much needed, and the more fun of the project is trying to fix a Mac portable. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. And let's see here. Steve says, Brandon set that up. Billy also has a couple of boot floppies that have universal CD drivers, so you can do a factory install from master CD. I definitely want to do that. So I8386 says, we're going to cook a screen. I hope not. Oh, there's a remote control? Really? Ooh, well, I'm sure that might be as rare as hen's teeth at this point, but if there is, I'm going to have to go look for it. Hank says, I can send you my work in progress image sometimes, still trying to get it automatically redirect USB. You'll need a Raspberry Pi 3 or higher. I have one. And Walnut Spice has been messing with a Toshiba Satellite 40,000 CDS, found a beautiful original condition OEM hard drive and even battery still working. Set up a new image for DOS 622 and Windows 3.1. That is right where I like to be. That is wonderful. That's great. So Nathan from Facebook, do you need the factory CD and boot disk? Yes! I might. I think that Matt the Retro Geek also sent it, but if you have it, send it away. I'll definitely have it. Okay, so some had a remote control. Yeah, that was kind of a cool feature. I'm going to check the audio port real quick. Maybe I plugged this into the wrong port. I would love, especially after all that screwing around, that we could show you some sound here. Oh, yep. Let's try that. Oh, you know, the more I think of it, I don't think I put a screw to hold that sound card back in, so I should really be careful. So let's see what we get now. Oy. Okay, maybe I'll turn the sound down now. I think the sound is perfectly loud. I mean, like I said, I think I'll turn the sound down. Try again. This is making a fool out of me. There we go. So bottom must be sound, and maybe the top is for all the wonderful treble and bass. All right, let's find another sound. Oh, that's lovely. So we have screaming people. Exit windows. Okay. Not my choice, but I guess that's what it is. So yeah, these are your run-of-the-mill speakers, and that's pretty much what you get with these, but kind of cool nonetheless. So very cool. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, if the remote's like $20, I'll certainly go looking for that. That would be kind of fun to have. Yeah, late 90s. Okay, so Owen says we had a few in the office, but we never had time to mess with them. Dr. Dave's Diversions, one of my VCF MW friends and friend of a long time, friend of the channel for a long time. It's great to see you. Showcasing this Packard bell that I paid a lot more for than the ones that we saw together at VCF Midwest. That's just the way it goes. Yeah, if you can get an image to me, I do have the original CD-ROM. Yeah, okay, if it has problem reading CDRs, that's fine. I'll find a way to get it there. I've got lots of different drives that I could pop in there temporarily. Certainly would like to keep the original drive in there if it works. Should we test it? Let's test it. Actually, I think that the seller said that the drive may have some issues, but we can see how it is. Hey, Procta. Does it say your name there? Good to see you. Yep, tricks are good. Machine survived the shipping, so that's good to see. Tim says, I'm restoring a Quantex. Oh, good. Yes, Pentium 133MX. I bought the same system in '95 as my first big purchase after getting a real job. Can I come see it sometime? I'd love to come see it. That would be a lot of fun. Quantexes, they were like one of the clones that was always very popular. I want to say a lot of times on the back of Computer Shopper and the like, so that's pretty cool. That's very, very cool. Yes, the i386SX says it sounds like my car alarm. Yeah, it was kind of annoying. Not a big fan of this this theme, though this might have been ahead of its time with the dark theme here that they've got going on, since a lot of people like that over light theme, so they must have been a little ahead of their time. Can I get a closer view of the spec sheet on the front? You've got it. And what I'll do is I'll scan this, and somebody keep me honest and remind me, because I've got the memory of a gnat, especially these days, that I can scan this and put this on, I'll put it on the YouTube announcements or community channels so that we can see it, or Twitter. I'll put it on Twitter. How about that? Yes, but it's a little bit flaking away, but it seems to be working pretty good. So we'll leave that focused over there. Thank you, Tim. I want to come see that. We'll have to play Retro Computer one of these days. That'll be a lot of fun. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The camera wasn't behaving. That's true. Let me see. Maybe I can pull the machine a little bit closer too. Yeah. Yeah. We're, as you know here, we're a little low budget, so there's probably a way to adjust the focus on this. Maybe if I put my finger here, it'll auto adjust. Doesn't seem to. I think I just made it worse. But yeah, we'll certainly get a scan of that going at some point. Okay, so yeah, so the CD I'm going to choose is the GCW Companion, which for anybody who's an East Coaster, there used to be, I guess it was Greg and Chrissy Wales. They would go to the computer shows, like at the Bob Carpenter Center in Newark, Delaware, and they would bring these. So we'll pop that in here and see what this looks like. Fun little CD. I don't have a whole lot of non-bird CDs, but as somebody noted a minute ago, and again I said I have the memory of the gnat. The note, I think it was you, Riverboa, that these don't always read discs very well. So we'll put this in here and see what we got. Cool. Let's pop this up here, and yeah, they did mention that the drive door sticks, so we might have to give this a little bit of assistance to get it out. How can we nicely give this assistance without being a little bit too brutal? Yeah, wonder if there's a fix for that. All right, it's going to be the very gentle use of a screwdriver, or maybe if I have like a pair of tweezers or something, that we can just like very carefully help this along. Wow. There might be more to meets the eye than this. Okay, well, I don't want to break it, so I think what I'm going to do is I'll take the drive apart, and we can make that part of the video as well. We'll see if we can do a little repair there at some point. So anyway, kind of fun, right? Kind of cool. Nice system. Again, really got it for the monitor, and we'll see what we end up doing with the rest of the system. Since it is the kind of pizza box motif, I think that keeping it might be kind of fun. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, good times. Paper. Right. Yes, actually, you're 100% right. Where's my brain? Like I said, it's been a long week. Yes, of course, yes. It's been a long week, But yeah. Oh no, you don't have to do that. Oh, Andy, you're too kind. I didn't even know I had that feature turned on. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That'll help with some support. You'll go towards the retro collection. Absolutely. Oh, this is cute. So I have a paperclip here, and I went to grab it, and it broke. Too funny. All right, yeah, let's see if we can straighten this out a little bit. And yikes. Oh, my goodness. All right, I think I've got it straight enough that I won't cause any damage, so that'll be fun. But you can see it's got a little hook on there. Let's see. Hey! Is that enough to get things going? I wonder what's jammed up in there. Whoa, did I kill it? Oh, no. There we go. All right. Interesting. But yeah, now the drive is kind of sticking a little bit. Is this the 8-bit guy? No, but I did see him. I'm about 1.59 million subscribers short of being the 8-bit guy. Not that I'm in it for the subs. I'm not. But no, this isn't the 8-bit guy. Oh, the paperclip. Right. Oh, now. All right, some semtext to open the CD, but I have some press trauma from working on this. Sounds good. Yeah, let's see what we can do. All right, let's see if it'll take it, though. I don't know if the drive is even working now, which, oh, it is. It's just that you just have to have the magic touch, which I'm not known for. But let's see if this will read. Yeah, it would be great to be able to get that working. And apparently drive Q is the CD-ROM drive, so come on, let's see if it's going to read. I'm not hearing very much, so yeah, it is a Gold Star CD-ROM actually. Let me pull it up and show you in Device Manager. Except for Windows 95 has a terrible habit of locking whenever I/O is having trouble, and it looks like it has it. So anyway, is this the 32-bit guy? Maybe, could be. So Proctus says these sort of vanished from sale back in the 2000s. PC World in the UK was a main dealer, if I remember, to deal with HP items the last time I looked. Yeah, that could very well be as well, but I guess they're gone. Yeah, CD-ROM might be in a little bit of trouble, so we might not be able to do too much there, but we'll see what we can do at some point. Doesn't seem to be reading, as they noted, the door's sticking. Maybe I'll find another Gold Star drive. Actually, maybe that's not original. It's not exactly the drive I was expecting, to be honest with you. It's a little bit different, so maybe that's actually not an original drive, but yeah. Oh, I guess I just wasn't patient enough. That never happens. Okay, that was a long time to load, but then again, it is, you know, we know what we're dealing with here, folks. All right, let's launch this if we can, and we'll play for just a minute. I think we can do, I can't remember if menu launches the DOS menu or the Windows menu. Okay, that launches the DOS menu. No, these things are great fun. A bunch of shareware games, better shareware games than we were looking at in a minute ago. But the CD's kind of comical. I did a video on this, did 2 videos a while back, and it's not particularly high quality shareware, but it is kind of fun that folks back in the day. Oh man. Okay, let's turn that down. Back in the day, they went ahead and put all this together. So I think, let's see, maybe like one of the oh, there's a Windows folder. Let's go in there, see if we can get it running. Okay, I think we have to run the setup program. And as I recall, this kind of gets a little bit interesting as well. Now, if you were going to pick a location to install something, obviously the directory to choose would be c:/DOS. Anyway, so we'll change that. I guess they didn't change the defaults. And we'll just go ahead and install everything here, and we'll give this a quick run. And the way that this CD works is, despite running an installer, half the DLLs are going to be missing, so half the stuff won't run. But over time, you can like drag it over. I think the program manager group will get created, and the icon will be blank. And yeah, it's just, yeah, it's kind of questionable quality. It's probably trying to point to c:/DOS. We'll see if it loads. Okay, it actually did. So this is the Wacky Windows Stuff Companion, as you can see there. And there's actually an Easter egg in here, if I seem to remember right. If you page through the different screens here, You can actually see a picture of the author and his wife, though. We did a little bit of investigation, and it looks like they're no longer together. So, all right, high contrast, yes, for sure. I'm not sure if you could change drive letters in Win95. That's a good question. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. And yeah, Riverboa, you mentioned changing the faceplates. That's actually a good idea as well. And Owen said you had a friend with some laptops, and they worked out pretty good. So that's cool as well. Sorry, I missed a few comments there. I like to chat and interact as best as we can. All right. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting CD. I do have out on my on the channel some really terribly done old videos where I pointed the camera at the screen and recorded, before I got video capture. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Let's see if we can just pop into DLL there and I can show you the Easter egg. There it is. There's the Wales family, Greg and Chrissy Wales at the time. So that was kind of the Easter egg on the CD for what it's worth. So very good. So Owen says, one of our guys went into PCW and saw this family come out in the store, grab a toaster or something. A salesman materialized out of a puff of brimstone, and the next thing he knows, he saw the family. Oh, okay, interesting. The word wacky has been used much less since the 90s. That's true. That's kind of a word we left back in that decade, wasn't it, Tyler? We didn't really bring it forward. So Proctor says, I recon this would make a killer Windows 3.1 machine if you decided to sort out of 95. Yeah, so I think the plans for this is we're going to dual boot it. At some point, we'll definitely dual boot it and do Windows 95 and 3.1, find all the drivers, save the whales. That's kind of the thing I like to do, is to have all my machines dual boot. So we'll certainly look at that at some point. So that's lots of fun. Cool. Yeah, so maybe we'll launch a game or two. I know I keep on moving forward here. We'll save something for the video itself later, I promise. But wow, yeah, this is very anemic. You know, at VCFMW, I bought some memory, but I should have bought some more because I could have loaded this thing out pretty good. So anyway. All right. Yes, Owen noted that a lot of Packard Bell users were pretty much computer illiterate, and yeah, I think that was kind of the target audience. So I showed this on my video, but this is kind of fun. If you don't like the titles here, you can change them. They didn't make the boxes read only, so we'll just call this terrible, something like that. That's kind of fun. Now I don't know what's in there, but we can go pick a puzzle and maybe. There it goes. Wow, this machine's really slow. Yeah, but I guess we can try and load a puzzle here and see what that looks like. Puzzle Puzzler. This is Puzzle Puzzler version 1. Please send $8 to Germantown, Maryland. All right, not too far from here. I should go see if that's the case. Yeah, so as Chris80502 says, hey, how's it going? He says, what's about the wacky inflatable arms flailing man? Yeah, exactly. That we could definitely have as well at some point. Good to see you. Owen says, a salesman at Dixon's and PC World would sell them as homework tools for kids, and people would go home and, now what? And they would then call us for computer use 101. Yeah. So now, one thing about this game is you can send a note to Frank Font. Do you think that's his real name? I don't know. But you can tell him what you don't like about it. I know I'm pointing to the screen. So if there's something we don't like about this today, we can definitely do that. But in any event, if you also want to give Frank some feedback, you can find him on CompuServe, and there's his handle. Anybody ever use CompuServe? I never did, so that's kind of fun. All right, let's pop in here. So file, new picture. Oh, you get to choose a picture? Yeah, we're not navigating pictures on this machine. I'm sorry. Well, maybe the Tiger bitmap is safe since it's included with this. But yeah, I'm not navigating any other pictures. Wow, look at that high quality resolution. Look at the nice dithering there. So I guess from there you're supposed to shake the puzzle up and do that. So, oh man, good. Hey Zombie, how's it going, friend? Not MS-DOS today, but hey, what can we do? So Zombie's given me a lot of great video ideas, and we're kind of slowly working through the backlog there and mixing that into some other videos that we can do. So that's kind of fun. Cool. All right. You are correct, Steve. Not everybody pops out of the womb knowing how to use a mouse. And I think that was actually one of the motivations for having, what was it? Windows 3.1 Solitaire. Actually, I don't know if it's true. You always hear these tech rumors. But the concept was to help support people learning how to use a mouse. So that's what that was all about. That's kind of fun. So there you go. Oh, you used CompuSpent. Yes. Yes. That was so expensive, wasn't it? It's almost like if you were in a business, forget it, because that was a really, really, really expensive thing to use. So what can we do? Slide the pieces around? I don't know about you guys, but my puzzling skills, once I've done this, I am never going to be able to put this back together again. But it is kind of fun to slide things around. Notice how the percent complete is going down. Oh, actually, it's going up. Well, I don't know how. Okay. Well, it must just be total luck of the draw because I don't think I'm making it any better. And it's keeping track of the number of swaps and everything in that nice, lovely font there. Very cool. All right. Excellent. Yeah, you're not wrong, Owen. People will go in, buying a toaster, come out with a computer. I mean, that's just... What can I say? Salesmen that know their profession and they're able to sell things, I guess that's it is what it is. So that's kind of fun. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so tell you what, let's explore one more game here. And we might have to install some DLLs, but if you guys happen to see something on the screen that's interesting, we can definitely pop it open. Yeah. CompuServe was it in '93, yeah. Yeah, if you're first to market, you can, or early, you can be somebody who, charges what you want. I'm very happy that Terrible kept, even after we came back to the main screen. The next time we launch it may be gone, so that's just it. So another MS-DOS video would be bridging real PCs with the DOSBox IPX server. Then there's a program called Dolly that you can do this combined with the packet drive program I gave. It's quite easy to do. Yeah, actually, I set up a Lantastic virtual server once. It would be fun to set up an IPX one. So very cool. Very cool. Okay, and of course, Zombie has tried it because it's MS-DOS and networking. So if that's the case, Zombie's tried it. Okay, yeah, so if you see something interesting, we'll kind of pick through it. But let me just kind of pop through a couple things here, and we'll try something. And I'm hearing rumblings downstairs that dinner is here, so from there I'll probably pop out since it's getting a little past dinner time here on the East Coast. So this game here, the shuffleboard game, and it's probably going to need a VB Run 300 DLL if we try to launch it. I actually bought this game back in the day. I sent the guy a postcard with $5, and all of my vintage PCs have shuffleboard, so that's pretty cool there. Let's see here. An ornament, there, Owen. That's pretty cool. He had it running the Intel demo in his hallway and used it to impress his guests. He never used the computer at all. Just a big fancy ornament. That's all it is. So, Proc, you're trying to get Windows 1.0, but all the versions you've seen are a little too expensive. Need to complete my boxed. Oh, you've got them boxed. That's impressive. I don't have any box software that I know of, I don't think, at this point. So, very cool. Oh, hey, look, this really is a Packard Bell. We got the blue screen of death and everything. Well, I guess we're not going to run that one. That's a little disheartening. Yeah, that's a little disheartening. We're not going to recover? Might be time for mem test. So I think we'll pop that in there, and that might be the end. But I'll be curious to see what mem test comes back with. All of my computers get mem test, and I don't know about, did anybody run mem test back in the day and you're like, oh, hey, everything's passing. I wonder if something would fail. Yeah. Now that these PCs are vintage, we definitely get to a case where we get failures. So I'm going to I'll pop that in there, and we'll watch mem test here for just a minute. So anyway, let's see here. Oh, Leah, I'm glad you're able to join. So great to chat with you tonight. Thanks for joining. It was a lot of fun. Let's see here. Yeah, not much of a sci-fi fan there, so I didn't do much for that. Zombie, the question about the Tandy 1000 TL and Windows 3.0 looking, yes, I did. Yeah, I think I responded to that, didn't I? Yeah, I definitely saw that. Hey, Kevin, there you go. And let's see, cool, a blue screen. Yeah, blue screen, I got the classic. And we're taking a long time to start up here. You don't know about this. Let's see if we get instant failure on mem test. But this is kind of fun too, so now don't be jealous, guys. I've got a whole 8 kilobytes of level 1 cache. I wonder if there's cache expansion. I see video card memory expansion, and again, I'll do a little close-up of that when I do the actual proper video for this. But yeah, I wonder if there's cache expansion, because yeah, that's a pretty anemic amount of cache, It would be nice to have more cache there, so very cool. Yep, so very nice. Yeah, so Hank, I've had trouble with IPX traversing routers. I guess it's got a limited span tree or something like that. I even found that I have a router in the basement, and if I didn't plug my server into that I had problems. So it's kind of interesting how IPX works as a spanning protocol and all that. Definitely a little different than TCP/IP. I didn't dig more into it, but we've definitely done a couple of that. So yeah, very cool. Is that, yes, Hank, this is definitely an old mem test. I have had such good luck with 1.70 that I've been tending to use it on any of the machines that I use. Now, if I had to guess here, with all of the interesting programs that we quickly saw all flashed, and nobody else will see them but you guys who are watching, because that's getting cut out, that maybe this machine has a couple of issues. So, and I bet if we ran a check disk, we'd find all kinds of cross-linked files and other things that older file systems are known for, that things seem to get a little bit better as we went to NTFS and other file systems. So, yep. Yeah, no, I don't think it had the plus pack on it. That's definitely the case. Steve, it was great for you to stop by. Glad you're able to join tonight. Thanks for joining. Very good. For IPX to jump routers, IPX RIP is required. Good to know. Thank you. I knew you would know. You always have the answer for me, Zombie. So that's very good. So yeah, just kind of looking at the specs here, I guess I told a lie. I told you we had a Pentium 133. It appears we have a Pentium 132.6. So I'm sorry, guys. You know, this whole live stream, I guess, has been a lie. It's a Pentium 132.6. And, okay, bad tech jokes, I know. Let's see here, 16 megabytes of memory, 84 megabytes a second. That's just blaringly fast. And the 430 VX chipset, not one of my favorites, but it gets the job done. But so far here, it looks like things are checking out, and we're about 42% through, so it's doing a pretty good job. I guess with only 16 megs of memory, you can get through and do a pretty quick test, so that works out pretty good. More issues than National Geographic, yeah, that's pretty much the case. If they've made it this long, though, the Packard Bells are survivors. You know, they just have to get to that point. So, yeah, Windows 3.5.1 server supports 95, and Windows NT 4 server has a free copy of 95A, upgrade only. And you're right, Michael, this whole thing's been a scam. I'm sorry. Only 132.6 megahertz, so I guess whoever bought this could get their money back. Though I do remember hearing back in the day that Packard Bell is notorious for using secondhand parts in their system, so that was definitely something that would happen. I guess that can definitely happen. So, all right, very good. Well, yeah, so I'll hang out for just another minute here to kind of let memtest go through so that we don't have any surprises, or we can know what the outcome of that is. Definitely look for a proper video of this machine on the channel. We'll dive into it. We'll look at the sound card a little bit. Maybe we'll get the modem working, all of that good stuff. So that'll be forthcoming. Yeah, that somebody noted it's impressive that the clock battery is still working, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, we'll definitely do something like that. Hopefully the machine doesn't blow up between now and then. If so, we'll look at getting parts. But yeah, it is kind of interesting how that motherboard is situated in the bottom there, so I look forward to getting better shots of that as well at some point. But yeah, it seemed to be memtest is moving along here. I wonder if this is EDO memory. I wonder if the sticker says anything about that, actually. Let's try to do a close-up on there. 133 megahertz processor, we know that's not true. 1.7 gigabyte hard disk. Now that's pushing it. But what did I say? Gigabyte, not megabyte. Gigabyte. That's pushing it because, yeah, we were 1.64, so that's not true either. Haha. 16x maximum speed variable, so that's a 16x CD-ROM drive, okay. Maybe we'll try and source one. And 16 megabytes of EDO memory, so it is indeed EDO memory. So I do have some EDO memory from VCF Midwest, but I do want to use that, save that for the compact, which we'll do at some point. Keyboard with fast media access 2-button mouse. Okay, so it's supposed to be a fast media access keyboard. So I think that answers a question, because I would presume if it were a fast media access keyboard, we would have fast media access keys, and I'm not seeing that. And this is also a Win95 PC, it appears. So yeah, Microsoft Windows 95 on the sticker. So I think that somehow we ended up with a off keyboard. It might not be exactly right. So Hank's, let's see here, a couple questions here. See what Windows NT Workstation would look like on it. Oh man, that was the true test of systems back in the day. If you ran NT Workstation and the machine ran, you had a pretty good machine. I remember that because machines were really, really picky. So let's see here. Okay, heard from engineers. Okay. See, does this mean that the Packard Bell has one of those weird Cyrix Pentium clones in it? No, the Packard Bell does not. But my compact Presario 2100 does have a Media GX processor in it. And it's terrible tabulous. It's awful. So we'll definitely look at that at some point. So Hank says, have you gotten a chance to try out the Packard Drive program? Not yet. I think I was at VCF Midwest when I got those, so I just haven't gotten a chance to try things out. But it's sitting in my inbox, ready to go. Just need to give that a shot. Thank you, Owen. Yeah, it's it's a nice acquisition. It is what it is. It's definitely, it is what it is. So yeah, so no media keyboard here. Video and sound graphics with 1 megabyte of EDO video memory, and I think expandable to 2. MPEG-1 full motion video playback. Who thinks that in a video I should put that to the test? I don't know if that's how well that's gonna go. 16-bit SRS 3D amphitheater stereo sound microphone and stereo speakers included. I think that they worked overtime to really come up with that description. And then from there, a WaveStream wavetable synthesis, 33.6 modem, dialer, a popular selection of software with additions by the owner. And then from there, we've got 1-year limited warranty, on-site service options available. And then, yeah, actually over here in purple, if we get real close in, then you get the Bluff. The bottom line up front, 133 megahertz, 1.7, 16 megabytes, and 33.6 modem. So you've got the Bluff over there. So yeah, this would make a good DOS machine, and it'll be a decent Windows machine as well. Pentium 133. I think it needs a little more memory and probably a little faster hard disk. And then I'm gonna have to kind of put them all against each other and see what works well. But I bet once I uninstall all the viruses and bloatware from this machine, it'll work a lot better as well. So. Oh yeah, and I totally get it. Yeah, it's fun to have them. They were terrible machines for quality. I don't know why I'm so partial to them. It's just kind of fun to have. I think I was a big fan of the frog design, which is whenever you have this kind of this sort of grayish stuff here, and whenever you have the monitors like this with the accents, that's kind of the frog design. So I was always a fan of that, and I guess that's why I did that. Got the machine, but again, love the monitor. Happy to have a very nice monitor. I would say I think it's pretty crisp. Sorry, I don't want to give anybody issues there with the flicker rate, but it looks like a nice monitor. It looks very pristine. I like the digital piece of it, so I'm happy with it. I would have been happier had I seen the one at Vintage Computing Fest first and bought that. But it's all good. So looks like we made it through one pass, guys. So I think we'll call the memory good. Maybe I'll run it and kind of let it run its course. But given everything, given we've been through some things, I should let Frogs design more computers. Absolutely. Thanks everybody for joining tonight. Thank you for the super chats. That was very kind of you. Look for a proper video in the future. And this will be available in syndication minus that one little part. Great to see everybody. Glad you're able to join. And I guess we will certainly catch you next time. So, as I always say, thanks for watching. It's been great having you along for the journey, and can't wait to see you till next time. So, bye for now.